keep going away and coming back for like a week and then disappearing, but enough is enough. That's the end of that, because we're going in a new direction. How's it going? This is like, what, the fourth, fifth time that I've come back to YouTube. It's like I keep going away and coming back for like a week and then disappearing, but enough is enough. That's the end of that, because we're going in a new direction. Yes, we are. So allow me to explain to you what applies. First of all, what do you think to the different camera angle? Because we've done the room up a bit. You're on a new bookshelf. The old one's gone. We've got a blind here now instead of curtains, so there's nothing in the way. I have room here where I'm sat, where I didn't used to have. So there's nothing in here basically, because I chucked out a lot of stuff, tidied it up. It was long overdue, and the next step is getting ready for a complete gutting of the room and redecorating. And I know I've said that before, but we're actually being active about it this time, as you can see by the new camera angle. So things are moving. So that's just explaining why I'm sat here and not facing that. So let me know what you think of the new camera angle. Now that that's out the way, let me explain to you what the plan is. I'm going to explain to you what the plan is. So a few weeks ago, I made an Amazon wish list, and that was based off the feedback I got from Twitter and the people on there, because, you know, they said, why don't you make one? And I said I didn't really want to because of blah 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 blah. And they said, no, you should, because it'd be nice to be able to give back to you. So I now have an Amazon wish list, and packages are coming, which is, I'm truly blessed, honestly. So I now have an Amazon wish list, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And then I started looking into analytics of Twitter and things like that, and Instagram, because I've taken an interest. I really find it interesting, and you might be like, wow, it's numbers and stats, but I like to try and tweet at certain times and the best times to tweet and things like that. So I've taken a really interest. So I took a real interest in analytics and things like that. So I started researching all that, and then I made a joke on Twitter, and I said it's OnlyFans, but it's just me hyping you up for $5 a month, you know, as a joke. And then people were like, no, but you should make something like that. And I'm like,
what? Nah.
Why would I make one of them? And they're like, because I want to give back to you for what you do. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. So I said, alright, I might look into it. And this wasn't just one person, it was quite a handful of people who was like, you should make one. You know, make a coffee page. Now I'll have a video coming out after this one explaining what the coffee page is and why I have one. So that will be out after this. So they were like, yeah, you should make a coffee page or a Patreon or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll think about it. So I had to think about it, and you know, I really had to sit myself down and think, can you commit to something like that? Because you can't just make a coffee page and leave it with nothing and just be like, yeah, people will just give me money now because they said they would. You know what I mean? So I really had to sit myself down and be like, right, if you're gonna do this, you need to do it properly. I set up the coffee page, and I'm like, set up now. And then once I'd set it up, I got this, like, you know, the creative ball started rolling. And I had all these ideas of where we can go in the future, all this content that I want to make, the kind of direction I want to go, and things like that. And I was like, do you know what? I want to turn what I do on Twitter into a brand. You know, I want to see what we can do with it. I want to really take it somewhere. And then from then on, you know, my mind was like, you can do this and you can do that and you can do this and you can do that. And I've set goals. I've got goals for my Twitter, for my following, you know, what happens when I reach 10k and things like that. I think I'm currently on nearly 6.2k at the moment, so we're closing in. So I've got like goals for when I reach 10k, goals for when I reach 15, 20, etc, etc, etc. You know, I've got a timetable, so to speak, for Twitter, when I want to tweet and what I want to tweet about at certain times and things like that. So then I was like, right, boom, Twitter sorted, did all my research, got all my analytics stuff and social media marketing techniques and all that locked down, got a plan, got all my schedule written down, boom, sorted. Then I was like, you know what, I need to utilise Instagram more. Nearly couldn't get that out then. I need to utilise Instagram more too, because I forgot about Instagram, so I'm like, I want to bring what I do on Twitter over to Instagram too, because, you know, not a lot of people use the pair together, so I want to bring that over to Instagram. So I'm like, boom, research on Instagram, research analytics, blah 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 blah, revamp my Instagram page, which you'll find in the Linktree link below. Revamped my Instagram page, bio, all sorts, profile picture, everything, revamped it all, revamped it all. So that was like, boom, Twitter, Instagram, done. What is good for little video messages and little videos? TikTok, boom, revamped my TikTok, started getting back into that, researched the analytics and TikTok and stuff like that, boom, that's TikTok done. What else? Coffee page was already set up, Amazon wishlist. It's like, you got all these things now, and I was like, right, now that we've got all these things set up, what is the strategy? What do I want to do? You know, what is my brand? Because people have said on Twitter that my brand's like kindness and positivity and encouragement, because I do it a lot. You know, I do it an awful lot on Twitter. So people said, that's your brand. You know, and this was before all this. I was like, that's what sparked the spark, you know. It's like, maybe my brand is that. And if that is my brand, where can we go with it? What can we do with it? You know, how can we turn this into maybe a potential job, or how can we turn this into something that is not only beneficial for me, but it's beneficial for other people, more so than it already is. You know what I mean? So that's what sparked it all, and I got really, really excited. Now, as you'll know, if you've stuck around from the early days and the various coming back to YouTube and all that lot, you'll know that I have a bad habit at not being consistent. So I'm like, you know, I have a bad habit of not being consistent. So then my thought was like, right, this is a habit you have to break. If you really want to dive down the brand route, if you really want to do this and you really want to make the most of it, then you have to be consistent, because you can't just have all these things. That's what coffee page, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, that's four things that you're responsible for making content for regularly, not just once here and there. Regular. Oh, YouTube as well, let's add YouTube to list. Regularly. So if you're going to do this, then you have to do it properly, and you have to take it seriously. And regardless of how you feel, you have to do regular content. So I'm like, can I do that? And I'm like, I feel like my mindset's changed now. Again. You know, I feel like we've evolved the mindset from what it was to what it is now. And we can do this. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna give it a go. And so I've set myself a challenge for the end of the year to reach 1,000 Instagram followers, 1,000 TikTok followers, and 6.5 thousand on Twitter. Now, most of them might be fairly achievable, but I'll have to work at it. You know what I mean? Nothing will just come to me. I actually have to work for it too, because a lot of the strategies that I've looked up, it's like, you know, it's about you going making connections with other people too, not just waiting for them to come to your page, not just waiting for them to come to your Instagram or Twitter. You have to go looking and things like that. You know, you have to go looking for people in your niche. There's another key word that people use for brands, it's niche, that I've learned. And you have to, you know, you really have to go and find these people in your niche and branch out. So I know that for the next 3 months of the year, I have to really work, you know. And I've said to myself, if I can be consistent for the last 3 months of the year, I'm convinced that I will break my inconsistency habit. I had to say that slowly because I couldn't get the words out otherwise. But I'm convinced that if I can do this, you know, if I can really work hard at this for the next 3 months, we'll be set up. We'll break the inconsistency habit.